All right, so we need to finish up these two more functions, and then we'll probably move on. Again, it's not perfect. As I've been thinking about it over the last day or two, there's definitely some improvements, and we may throw one or two more of those back in, but really like just to continue building out different types of projects so we can learn different things. So we can remember, as a reminder, we need to finish out this delete task and the complete task function. Um, we'll get rid of this. For the delete task, we want to make sure it exists. We want to check that the owner is the actual sender of this request. And if that task is pre-funded with any Ethereum, we want to make sure that that goes back to the user, to the owner of the task in this case, since they're deleting it. Um, for the completion, it's pretty much the same thing, but instead of transferring the ether against the uh, stake to the task to the owner, you would actually transfer it to the assigned user. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. So the first thing we want to do is just make sure that this task, yeah, the index is allowable by the array. So we're going to require that, let's see, that the task index, let's grab this, less than task list dot length. So that way, if there's only one item, the index would be 0. So, but the length would be 1. So 1 is less than 0, or 0 is less than 1. So that'll take care of it for that. And then we'll say
Charging battery.
item does not exist in array. Okay. And then then we need to find the item, and we can grab that from up here. All right. We'll just go ahead and we'll find it. And we'll make sure that the owner of the task is the actual sender. So we're good there. And let's see. So we've got these two. We've confirmed that it exists. We've confirmed that that they're the owner. So the first thing I want to do, I want to transfer this. I want to transfer the ETH back to the owner. But in some cases, it won't be. We need to check that the payment variable actually has a value in it. So we're going to say if found task dot payment is greater than 0, then we want to say, let's see, we're transferring it back to the owner. And so we want to say, let's see, message dot sender. I guess we could do found task dot owner. Found task dot owner dot transfer, and it would be found task dot payment. Okay. Let's see. Signature. Let's see. We should be able to cast it as a payable object. I think this is the cast against Solidity. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So transfer it out. And then we just want to say delete task list of task index. Okay. Everything looks okay here. One of the things that we need to check for is that a completed task, we'll just say like a completed task, I guess it could be deleted from the array. But if we wouldn't want um, the payment functionality to get kicked off, because what would happen if the task was completed and we had transferred that ETH from the contract to the assigned user, we wouldn't want um, the creator of the task to be able to delete it and try to get the claim back. Oh, sorry guys. It's late here. We wouldn't want the owner to be able to delete the task and then get their refund once given that it's already been sent out. Um, but we would still allow them to delete this. So we will just wrap this in an if found task dot is completed equals false. Then go ahead and do this. Otherwise, don't do anything. Let's see, with formatter. Yes, the format grabbed it for us. Okay. Or we could even say that require just that the task completed is true. Actually, that might be a better way. This. Okay. We're just going to say by this, and then require that found task dot is completed equals false. And then if it's not, that means it's been completed, and we'll say that you cannot delete a completed task. How about that? Okay. And then if they have a payment, go ahead and pay them and then delete it. Okay. So let's write a quick test uh, for these. All right, so we've got testing of an updating task. Let's just grab a short one. See, create only owner can edit, update. All right, let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and so we need a test. Delete task. All right, and we will. So first we can copy what we've got up here. And let's go ahead and just confirm the contract balance. So we'll just say assert, and we've hard coded when we initialize this to 2500. So assert that the contract dot balance equals 2500. We need to get for tracking purposes. We know what the end result is going to be, but um, we can do this. Let's see. Let's get the current balance at this point. So now the it's been deployed, and so the person who's created the task, their wallet should be 2,500 short. Um, and so I just want to store that. So I'm going to say owner balance equals get account for the default one, and we want to get the balance from there. And so then we want to call, so the delete. So we're going to say transaction equals contract dot delete task, and we want to get rid of 0 because that's the only one that's in there. We want to wait a block. We want to assert that the contract balance is now 0 because it should have been transferred out. And then we want to make sure that the current balance for the account should be, we'll call this original owner balance plus 2,500. Let's save this. Save this. Save this. Let's do a brownie compile. And then brownie test dash k. Just want to do this one. We'll do a just okay. Let's see. Assertion error. Assert 0 equals 2,500. Oh, account balance. Contract balance should not be 0. Just back copy and paste. Okay, excellent. So that one passed. Again, there's some negative testing that could be done, making sure the owner is the one trying to delete it, making sure that the contract isn't in a completed status. For right now, we'll just leave this basic test and go back to the contract. And so here, this is going to be almost exactly the same. And so we're going to paste these in first. All right, so this remains the same. Make sure it exists in the array. Find the task, make sure that you're the sender. Completed equals false because you cannot complete a completed task. Sure, that's fine. If payment is found, we don't want to send this to the owner. We want to send it to the assigned user, and we want to send the payment amount. We're not going to delete this. We just really want to update it. So I'm going to grab this. And this is task index. And I'm going to tack on, let's see, does this work in this one? No, it does not. Let's duplicate. Found task dot. So all of these things are remaining the same. This one is getting deleted. What's this back here? And let's get the dot on that one as well. And this is going to be true as we've completed it. That's the same. That's the same. That's the same. That's the same. Okay. And this is task index. Okay. So let's make sure, making sure it exists, making sure the person is the owner, making sure that it's not already completed, if is completed equals true, you cannot complete. And so we need to fix that here. True. Okay. If there is any payment, go ahead and send it to the assigned user and then go from there. All right. And then update the task at this index to complete it. Okay. So then the testing functionality, grab this. All right, this is complete a task. Deploy the contract. Wait, you can assert the 2500. In this case, after it's all deployed, we want to get the original assigned, it's a little verbose, but assigned user balance. And that's going to be get account 1. So contract balance is 2500. We want to get the original assigned user's balance. So this should be the one ether effectively. We want to complete task 0. We're going to wait for that to complete. We want to make sure the contract balance goes to 0. We want to, and we should say that the balance of this account should be this plus this. All right. Let's see. There's a few other things we can check in here, but for now, let's go ahead and run the test against this one. Too much. And there we go. That's complete task. You cannot complete a completed task. This is saved. If found task is completed equals true, then go ahead and force it. Okay, you cannot complete a completed task. Found task is completed equals true, which shouldn't be, because when we create it, we say that the is completed 1, 2, 3, 4. We say that 1, 2, 3, 4 is false. At no point does it ever change. We're not updating it. This is the update where we remain it. We allow it. We keep it as false, so we're not calling that. And then finally, found task is completed equals true. You cannot complete a completed task. Now payment. Okay, you cannot complete a completed task. How is it getting set to true? I'm going to take this out for now, and let's see if the rest of it can get through. Save this one. Back to our test. Okay. So there's definitely something going on here. Let's make sure. Let's test the other one now and see if it's throwing the same error. No, you cannot delete a completed task. But what I'm asking for, if found task is completed equals true, so if is completed equals true. All right, we'll take these out and circle back. Oh, all right. Okay. So there's some more testing to do a little bit where we're adding multiple items, making and moving them around to make sure. But this is our basic contract setup, our basic test. So I think for now, we'll just go ahead and leave it here, and then I will talk to you guys next time.